Dublin soul. Dublin soul. Fucking deadly. Jimmy. Dublin soul.
Do you remember the nights you sang along to Mustang Sally? The Commitments, the iconic Irish music film from 1991, captured the world with its raw energy, soul power, and working-class dreams. But what happened to the cast after the curtain fell? Some walked away from fame forever. Others fought silent battles with illness and loss. Stay till the end to uncover their untold stories. How old were you when you first watched this film? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgic journeys. Andrew Strong.
Oh, she may be weary.
In 1991, Andrew Strong was only 18 when he played Deco Cuff, the rebellious and arrogant lead singer of the Commitments. Deco's character was rough around the edges, defiant, but possessed an extraordinary soul voice, making him the center of the group. The tension between Deco and the other members, especially with leader Jimmy Rabbit, created compelling conflicts in the film. Andrew Strong was born on November 14, 1973 in Dublin, Ireland. He is the son of musician Robert Strong, who once played with Elton John. Growing up in a musical environment, Andrew had no formal acting training, yet his powerful American-style voice led many to believe he was a black soul artist. The unexpected success of the Commitments catapulted Andrew to stardom overnight. He was nominated for a BAFTA Award for Best Newcomer and signed a solo recording contract with MCA Records. However, despite Hollywood's interest, Andrew chose not to pursue acting, turning down numerous roles because he didn't want to become an actor. After his breakout success with the Commitments, Andrew Strong decided to focus on music rather than acting. His debut solo album, Strong, 1993, reached #1 in Ireland, securing his place in the soul rock genre. Although he has since faded from mainstream media, Andrew has consistently performed on tours across Europe, the US, and Australia for over 3 decades. In his personal life, Andrew Strong enjoys a stable marriage with his wife, Claire Walsh, who is not involved in the entertainment industry. They married in 2004 and live a quiet life in the rural countryside of Wicklow, Ireland. The couple has 2 children, 1 son and 1 daughter, both grown up and choosing to stay away from the spotlight. In rare interviews, Andrew shares that family is the anchor that kept me from getting swept away by early fame. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated at around $1.5 million, mostly from music royalties and live performances. Angeline Ball. Angeline Ball was only 22 when she portrayed Imelda Quirk, one of the 3 glamorous female vocalists in the Commitments. Imelda stood out with her captivating looks, confident demeanor, and enchanting voice. Her character was an essential part of the trio known as the Commitmentettes, often stirring internal drama in the band due to the attention she received from the male members, especially Deco and Joey. Angeline was born on June 28, 1969, in Cabra, a working-class neighborhood in Dublin, Ireland. Raised in a modest family, she showed talent in singing and dancing from an early age. Before acting, she worked at a hair salon to support her mother and performed with local bands. Following her initial success, Angeline Ball continued to pursue a career in both acting and music. She appeared in several notable television series such as Doc Martin, ITV, The General, 1998, alongside Brendan Gleeson, and Dead Still, 2020. In addition to acting, she is also an independent musician and singer-songwriter. She released her album, The Show, in 2020, featuring many self-written songs. In her personal life, Angeline prefers to keep her relationships private. She has a daughter, born in 2002, but has never disclosed the father's identity. In a few interviews, she revealed she experienced mild postpartum depression, but overcame it through music and meditation. She currently lives in London and continues to work in the arts, though she carefully selects her projects to prioritize time with her daughter. Angeline has never married and has stayed away from major scandals. She maintains a healthy lifestyle, follows a vegetarian diet, and regularly practices yoga. Her net worth in 2025 is estimated at approximately $1 million, primarily from acting and music royalties. Maria Doyle Kennedy.
Dublin soul.
In The Commitments, 1991, Maria Doyle Kennedy played the role of Natalie Murphy, one of the three key female backing vocalists of the band, a trio often referred to as the Commitmentettes. Natalie was a calm, sharp, and emotionally rich character. She had a complex dynamic with the male members, especially with Joey "The Lips" Fagan, the seasoned trumpet player with a notorious list of former lovers. Born on September 25, 1964 in Clontarf, Dublin, Maria came from a middle-class family with artistic inclinations. She graduated in political science and economics from Trinity College, Dublin, but soon shifted her focus to music and theater. Before joining the film, Maria had performed in numerous small bars across Ireland with her signature folk soul style. Following the success of The Commitments, Maria Doyle Kennedy built a solid career in both music and film. She appeared in a range of acclaimed productions such as The Tudors, 2007 to 2010, where she portrayed Queen Catherine of Aragon, Orphan Black, 2013 to 2017, and more recently, Outlander and The Wheel of Time. In addition to acting, she has released 8 solo albums, pursuing a folk and alternative music path marked by lyrical depth. In her personal life, Maria married musician and longtime collaborator Kieran Kennedy in 1988. The couple has 4 children and has lived together in Dublin for over 3 decades. Her family maintains a private lifestyle, rarely appearing in the media. Maria has shared that she struggled with chronic anxiety in the early years of her career, particularly in balancing motherhood with the pressures of acting. However, music and her husband's support helped her find balance in life. As of 2025, Maria Doyle Kennedy's net worth is estimated at around $2 million, largely from steady earnings through film royalties and her solo music releases. Anne Kent. Anne Kent portrayed Mrs. Rabbit, the matriarch of Jimmy Rabbit and the extended Barrytown family. Mrs. Rabbit is a symbol of tradition, stern, practical, and always holding the household together. She often ensures that her children stay in line and avoid chasing unrealistic dreams. The relationship between Mrs. Rabbit and her son Jimmy serves as the emotional foundation of the family, highlighting the contrast between harsh reality and musical ambition. Anne was living in Dublin at the time of filming and was active in the local arts scene. This was her first notable role, appearing in a film that would go on to become an icon of Irish cinema. With her stern appearance and resonant voice, Anne delivered a convincing performance as the traditional mother, the emotional anchor of the Rabbit family. Anne Kent continued to act in numerous television and stage productions in Ireland. She stood out in works such as Fair City, as Angela O'Connell, 2005 to 2016, over 80 episodes, P.S. I Love You, as Rose Kennedy, 2007, and Primeval, as Moira Lennon in 2007. Anne was married to Pierce H. Kent. The couple had 2 children and led a quiet but happy life. Their grandchildren include 4 granddaughters, Hannah, Amy, Lucy, and Alice. She passed away suddenly on June 4, 2024, at Beaumont Hospital in Dublin, surrounded by her family. The cause of death was not publicly disclosed. Her funeral was held at the Church of the Holy Name, followed by cremation at Mount Jerome Crematorium on June 8th. Before her passing, Anne had never faced any major psychological or professional crises. Her life was deeply rooted in the arts and her family. At the time of her death, her net worth was estimated to be between $500,000 and $700,000, primarily from her work in television and film acting. Bronagh Gallagher. Bronagh Gallagher was just 18 to 19 years old when she played Bernie McLaughlin, one of the 3 female backing vocalists of the band. Bernie was a strong-willed, witty character with a powerful voice. She frequently joked around and served as a balancing force among the male members of the group, especially by teasing Joey, the Lips Fagan, adding a blend of tension and humor to the band's dynamics. The relationship between Bernie and Imelda was one of friendly rivalry, contributing to the depth of the female vocal trio. Bronagh was born on April 26, 1972, in Derry, Northern Ireland, and grew up in a working-class family during the height of political conflict. As a teenager, she joined the Oak Grove Theatre School group and sang in the band The Listener, while also working as a hairdresser to support herself. Bernie was her first film role, but it made her stand out thanks to her authenticity and unique soul style. Following the Commitments, Bronagh Gallagher built a career spanning over 3 decades, balancing both acting and music. She appeared in iconic films such as Pulp Fiction, 1994, Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, 1999, Sherlock Holmes, 2009, and The Personal History of David Copperfield, 2019. In addition, Bronagh starred in the independent film A Bump Along the Way, 2019, which earned her a nomination for Best Actress at the Irish Film and Television Awards. The stage is also one of her strengths. She has performed in the West End, Broadway, and with Théâtre de Complicité in productions such as Street of Crocodiles and War Horse. At the same time, Bronagh has released 3 solo albums: Precious Soul, 2004, Bronagh Gallagher, 2012, and Gather Your Greatness, 2016, along with a recent EP, Witch It Up, all written and produced through her label, Salty Dog Records. She has never married and has no children, choosing to live a private life and stay out of the media spotlight. According to reliable estimates, her net worth in 2025 is around $1.2 million, primarily from acting and music royalties. Bronagh currently lives in Dublin, where she cared for her grandmother until her passing in 2023, and she continues to work steadily in the arts, widely respected by peers as a pure soul voice and a multifaceted artist of Ireland. Glen Hansard. Glen Hansard, then 20 years old, played Outspan Foster, the spirited and good-humored guitarist of the Commitments. Outspan was the best friend of Derek Meatman Scully. The two of them started the band from scratch before Jimmy Rabbit came along and turned it into a soul music phenomenon. Although not a leading character, Outspan brought a friendly, relatable tone to the story, representing working-class Dublin youth with a hunger for authentic music. Hansard was born on April 21, 1970, in Ballymun, Dublin, Ireland. He left school at the age of 13 and made a living busking on Grafton Street, an experience that gave him a natural, effortless presence in the film. Notably, he had no formal acting training. Director Alan Parker cast him because of his rugged appearance and believable simplicity. Though The Commitments was his first appearance on the big screen, Hansard made a strong impression with his aura of a genuine street performer. After The Commitments, Glen Hansard did not pursue acting but devoted himself entirely to music. He became the frontman of the band The Frames, formed in 1990, known for songs like Revelate and Fitzcarraldo. However, the pinnacle of his career came in 2007 when he starred in and composed the full soundtrack for Once, an indie film that gained global acclaim. The song Falling Slowly, co-written with Marketa Irglova, won him the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2008. The two became a real-life couple for a time, forming the group The Swell Season and touring internationally. Glen released several critically acclaimed solo albums, including Rhythm and Repose, 2012, Didn't He Ramble, 2015, Grammy-nominated, and All That Was East is West of Me Now, 2023. Glen resides in Dublin and West Cork, known for his modest lifestyle, staying away from controversy, and regularly engaging in charity work, especially supporting the homeless. As of 2025, he continues to write and perform music around the world, with an estimated net worth of $5 million. Robert Arkins.
If you want a little, yeah, start with.
Robert Arkins, who was 20 at the time, played Jimmy Rabbit, the ambitious manager of the Commitments. Jimmy was the mastermind behind the band's formation, the one who placed recruitment ads, auditioned members, and coordinated the group's activities. He maintained close ties with Deco, Outspan, and the female vocalists, particularly in the scene where he led them from their day jobs on the street to the soul stage. Jimmy was seen as the glue that held the band together. Robert lived in the Drumcondra area of Dublin and began his music career at the age of 15, fronting the band Housebroken in 1988. The group won the Sunday World Bandslam competition just 3 months after forming. Although he had no formal acting training, he was discovered by director Alan Parker through several audition rounds and was cast as Jimmy immediately after the role of Deco was reassigned to Andrew Strong. In the film, Robert performed 2 songs, Treat Her Right and Slip Away, on the soundtrack album, although he did not appear singing on screen. After the film's release, Robert returned to music and signed with MCA Records in 1993, though the album was never completed. He spent most of his career composing and producing audio for commercials, television, and a few local short films. Between 2000 and 2020, Robert occasionally returned to acting, including a lead role in the short film What Are You Looking At, 1998, and as Matt Malone in The Comeback, 2018. He has never married and does not have children. His private life remains discreet. While Robert's career did not reach the heights of some of his fellow Commitments cast members, he continued acting locally, performing music, and singing with his band during the film's 20th anniversary in 2011, touring across Ireland and the UK. As of 2025, Robert's net worth is estimated at around $718,000, based on reliable aggregated financial data, steady, though not prominent in the showbiz spotlight. Michael O'Reilly. Michael O'Reilly, who was around 46 to 47 years old at the time, played the role of Greg, a friend of Jimmy Rabbit Sr. and a member of the Rabbit family's support circle. Greg appeared in several family conference scenes representing the older generation, cautious and earnest. His character served as a bridge between the Barrytown community and the musical aspirations of the band. He was born on December 10, 1944, in Seaton, Devon, England, and immigrated to Canada with his family in 1946, settling in Ottawa in 1958. Coming from a musically dedicated background, Michael taught himself to play the guitar, banjo, and mandolin as a teenager, laying the foundation for his many roles later in life. He appeared in several films and animated series before the Commitments, which marked the beginning of a series of film roles. Following his experience as Greg, Michael developed a dual career in both screen acting and voiceover work. He appeared in The Van, 1996, and voiced characters in numerous animated series such as Toad Patrol, Young Robin Hood, Princess Sissy, Mona the Vampire, Galador, and others from the late 1980s to the mid-2000s. In his personal life, Michael was married to Rosemary O'Reilly and had 2 children, residing in Ottawa. He also worked as a radio host for the show Rural Roots on CJET Country Classics, led the bluegrass band the Radio Kings, and performed at many Canadian music festivals. He was named Entertainer of the Year 8 times, DJ of the Year 5 times, and Composer of the Year 4 times by the Bluegrass Music Association of Canada. Michael passed away from liver cancer on June 1, 2021, at the age of 76, in Ottawa, Ontario. His funeral was solemnly organized by family and colleagues, and he was laid to rest in a family ceremony in Canada. Before his passing, his net worth was estimated at approximately $800,000 to $1 million, derived from a combination of film earnings, music royalties, and radio broadcasting income. The cast of The Commitments in 1991 was made up of young, promising faces, mostly amateurs, selected from across Ireland to bring authenticity and explosive energy to this soul-infused musical film. More than 30 years later, each cast member has followed a different path. Some have become international stars, others have left the entertainment industry, and some live quiet, private lives away from the spotlight. Despite their diverging journeys, they will always remain the soul of an Irish cinematic icon. If any information in this video is not entirely accurate, we kindly invite you to leave a gentle correction so we can improve our future content. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Hollywood Movie Stars, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming content.